Hi guys, my name is Celeste. Welcome to my space. And today I wanted to share something that came to me while spending some time outside. And it comes in perfect timing because I've had a lot of people reaching out, experiencing a lot of pretty difficult times, and some things that are a little bit unexplainable, things in life that make you question, like, what's going on? Like, why is this happening to me? And why am I experiencing these things? And, I went outside and I connected and I asked for guidance. And what was given back to me was that the nature of nature is to provide. So if you think of the sacred geometry, like the Fibonacci symbol, that spiral that's never ending, and what I saw in the vision was that that is a representation of the constant evolution of life and how life continues to grow. So if you think of like a seed in soil, it's planted. And from the moment that it's planted, it is constantly moving and growing, although at minimal speeds and at speeds that to the perceived eye is not understandable. There's still movement happening and there's still growth and expansion. And it was very clear that the nature of nature is to grow, is to expand. And I mean, think about life, think about the universe, think about a baby, right? Like, you're constantly growing, you're constantly evolving and learning. It's just that I think as we get older and we start to create these kind of restraints, we pick up belief systems, we pick up programs, and we create pressures upon ourselves. And the older that we get, the more we accumulate. So I see it as like a wall of layers, and the older you get, the more layers you have, and those layers hold you back from the nature of nature, which is your foundation, which is constant evolution and constant growth. So why do we experience some of the things that are unexplainable, or we think that are against us or happening to us? I see it as it's happening for us. It's helping us grow. It's helping us evolve. And I think that the biggest message here is when something is happening in your life and you see it or perceive it as chaotic or detrimental, or it's happening to you, against you, it's a good time to slow down, to take a breath and center, and really tune in and ask yourself, why is this happening? What can I learn from this? Because there is a reason for this, and the nature of nature is to teach me, is to constantly evolve my soul, because we're all here to learn lessons. So our life is just one huge lesson after lesson after lesson. And sometimes we get caught up in, I want to create this, or I want this to be my reality, or I was told to, create success, and success looks like X, Y, and Z. And sometimes all we have to do is just be. And that's another part of this equation. So not only are we always being taught to grow and evolve, we're also being taught the yin and yang of surrender and create. So there's this balance. And sometimes when life seems like it's pushing against us, it's because we're not being enough. And I'm seeing that, and I'm actually being asked to practice that for myself, because it's only fair, right? To be able to speak about the things that we experience, right? So I've been actually asked and guided to slow down and take life in and be more. And as I've done that progressively through the weeks, and trust me, it's not easy. Like, it's tough because we are not taught to do that. I was not taught to do that. I grew up very meticulous, very studious, very focused, and on to the next. Like, so many plans, things after things after things, constantly creating. And now in this point in my life, I'm being asked to stop and slow down and be. And at first, it was very scary. And there's still always this doubt lingering in the background of, I'm wasting time. What am I doing? This is crazy. But guys, I have to tell you that creating that space for myself and allowing myself to be, it was like, I feel like I just became this ridiculous strong tree that just held my presence, and all of a sudden things started to come into my life. You become this magnetic force when you're just allowing yourself to be. But there's this balance, right, of being and knowing that there's a reason for you to slow down, and then showing up. And the showing up is part of the creation, is part of the doing. So I just wanted to share that, because that perspective in the past few weeks has really changed my outlook, and it's changed the way that I communicate with a lot of the clients and a lot of situations that have come up. So instead of seeing life as happening against you or to you, try taking the perspective of, this is life speaking to me. And the nature of life is to evolve, to grow, and to expand. And the only way we can grow, evolve, expand is to break down walls, is to push boundaries and overcome a lot of the beliefs and a lot of the programs that we have that perhaps are not serving us, to become the highest potential that we can. So I hope that message is pretty clear, because it's become pretty clear in my life, and it's a constant practice. I can't say that it's it's one of those things where it's way easier said than done, but try practicing it and see what happens. I'd love to hear your feedback. Okay, have an awesome day. Blessings.